Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. We are back with another live show. Yes, it is match review and player ratings from today's 1-1 draw away to Bournemouth today at the Vitality Stadium. We've got a point, but we're going to be honest about today's game because I've got to say, really majority of that game, we were absolutely shambolic. I thought a lot of that game we were today, unfortunately. So we're going to be honest about this and see how it is. Well, and if you enjoyed tonight's show, guys, give us the thumbs up. That keeps us up those search results on YouTube. So remember to smash those likes to make sure people know where to find us. Please, of course, if you are brand new at the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on week in, week out, hit that subscribe button, free to do so. It does help make the channel grow as well. And, of course, do hit the bell notification. It does let you know whenever we are live or when a pre-recorded video does take place as well. So please do hit that bell to make sure you do not miss anything that comes on this channel week in, week out. And if you'd like to give a donation, feel free to do so. If you want to become a member, it's 99p a month. Hit the join button. Be put into a prize draw. We do on the channel as well. And of course, this has been screen shared to John's channel, John Sinclair TV, and Tony's channel. It's all black and white TV. We'll dive into comments that have come in. Good evening, Martin. Evening. We were lucky today. The disallowed goal off his shoulder should have been given first. 60 minutes. We played like Brucey days. I hope Trips doesn't go. We need a leaner Bruno, not a captain, says Martin. Very interesting point there. Lawrence, good evening. Hope you're well. And AFC always panel. All fellas. Hope
big up AFC.
Well. So there you
are. I tested out all day for him.
Well, then we'll get into it. Evening all up the mighty Bluebirds, Mason. How did Swans fail to win that 1-1 draw? Never mind. Right, so we're getting into this in a mention. We are going to be openly honest about this as well. Right, majority of that game, we were absolutely shite. The lineup was very, very strange in my opinion. I don't know why Lewis Hall was dropped out. I really didn't understand that at all. Kelly is not a left back. He really wasn't. And you've got to say, our pass in the day was absolutely... That was horrible to watch. Some of the times we couldn't control the ball properly. Our passes were going out. That is one of the worst passes I have seen of all time. It really is. But I've got to be honest and say, majority of that game, it was very not enjoyable to watch. It really wasn't. And VAR has rescued our backsides as well because of the handball decision. That was ruled out for Bournemouth's winning goal. But anyway, guys, just as well I said I was going to mention, like I did on the fan reaction show, and there is going to be a poll put up, and it is going to be in regards to the handball. So there you are. Poll is going up, guys. So remember to get voting, and we'll keep that running throughout the end of the show. And we'll get your thoughts on what, and let's see what other people have voted as well and get their thoughts on it as well. So, yes, Arteta around 100%. Says AFC always. You heard Eddie you heard Eddie Howe go and have a work with Joe Linton about calming down. Joe Linton was brain dead today, unfortunately.
What are doing?
Well, he could have lost his head today.
I don't understand.
Hey guys, hope you're well, Ian. Absolutely awful game. Brucey Ball at its finest. Eddie Howe, funny around. I'm telling you right now, we will be sacked this season. I don't care what anyone says. Says Brian. Shoot to the punt. Do you think Eddie Howe will be full-time England manager, or will he stick with Newcastle? That's a very interesting one. I'm still going to see he's still going to stick with us at the moment. Martin says Big Joe should have been sent off and given a huge ban for that attack. It was disgusting. He could have brought that was outrageous, and I don't know why he went and done that. Not to mention his performance was absolutely dreadful today. Joe Linton's performance was absolutely dreadful. The way he gifted the way he lost the ball for them to set up a counter attack and score. Question need to be asked, guys. We don't look sharp. Tactics very questionable. Transfer window about to close, and we still have so much work to do. Darren Neal's made some promises. Will he deliver? We need to see some movement now immediately because it's clear we are still lacking some signings which we really badly need within that side. But let's get into it, Tony. I mean, the lineup was very, very strange. Why did Lewis Hall be dropped? Kelly, as I mentioned, Kelly's not a left back. I mean, I was very puzzled. I was very puzzled why Hall was taking out the team today and not starting.
I was as well, Peter. I was, I just couldn't believe what I saw on the team sheet. I thought, but why is Lewis Hall out? What's going on here? And obviously, we saw Ruddy on the bench, so no Vlachodimos on the bench, no Dubravka on the bench now. Is that because we get rid of Dubravka and Vlachodimos? Well, he said apparently Dubravka's got a concussion in training, so that would rule him out for 10 days, which is the automatic thing for concussion. So, look, I was baffled by that because I said I gave Lewis Hall third best player last week, and I thought he played well. Clearance off the line, things like that for us. And look, we know Kelly can play left back because he's played there before for Bournemouth. He played there a lot for them last season. But it did baffle me. But then I did think, well, maybe he's put Kelly in because Kelly knows the Bournemouth players, so it'll be like Kelly will know the setup. And Eddie Howe himself said it was tactical that he done that. But I didn't think it was a great move. And let's be honest, and I'm going to be honest here. Lloyd Kelly was well out of his depth today. I'm sorry. He was shocking. He was poor. That's why Bournemouth got rid of him on a free. Yes, because his contract ran down. And I don't believe there was any other teams in for him apart from us. And I'm sorry, he's not good enough, Lloyd Kelly. Not good enough. Lewis Hall proved how good a left back he is when he come on. That game changed when Lewis Hall came on. And I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. Okay, fair enough, you might play Kelly in the cups because, we need to rest. But no, I wasn't happy with that team lineup whatsoever. And I wish Newcastle United would please stop putting that team sheet in number order. Just put it in order of defence, midfield, and up front, because it's not just me, but there is a lot of people on Twitter are actually going mad over this and they're saying, can you stop doing this? It is stupid the way they're doing the team sheets now. It really is. And it's better when you have it the old way, where you have the goalkeeper, the defence, the midfield, and the attacking. It's so confusing for a lot of people because it's all in number order, and I think it's stupid the way they're doing it. But look, as I say, I thought that was a bad move. That was a bad move to play Lloyd Kelly from the start. It should have been Lewis Hall. And I wasn't the only one baffled when I was doing my pre-match show. A lot of people in the chat were like, why is Lewis Hall not playing? And it had everybody asking, why is he not playing? So look, I'm baffled by it. But as I say, once he went off and Hall came on, game sort of changed a little bit.
Yep. I mean,
I know people are saying Hall's not best at defending, but come on, the lad's 19 years of age. Give him a bloody chance. But the thing is, he's got lots to learn, but he's still a hell of a player. And even Chelsea fans of this week have said they are miffed. They are not happy that they haven't got Lewis Hall playing for Chelsea no more. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. Anyway, John, the fact is we started the game off so well, and then we just go to shit after 13 minutes. It was just all over the place.
I've got to kind of agree with you, Pete. I mean, look, we started well for the first 10, 15 minutes, right? Isak had a good just shot straight to goalkeeper. Yeah. Then Anthony Gordon's unlucky. We're doing for the header to go obviously from a corner. But other than that, you're right. We are absolutely shocking today. I don't care what anyone's saying, right? I've got to speak facts. I've got to be real. Yeah. Bournemouth should have scored twice, but we've come on to that, right? Lloyd Kelly, right? Look, he's only just joined the club, right? And before people think I'm going to go him, I'm not having to go him. Let's talk about today's game, right? Lloyd Kelly, in my opinion, is not a left back. Yeah, yes, he's played at left back at Bournemouth. I don't ever want to see this guy play left back ever again. For me, he's 6'3". He's a centre back. Yeah, he is a centre back by trade. The reason he's played at left back is for cover. Yeah. Lloyd Kelly is a centre back, no doubt about it. Lewis Hall is a first choice and should be a first choice left back. I could see cadets saying you've written off Kelly after 2 games. We have not written him off, mate. Yeah, he's only been there a couple of weeks, so you've got to give him a chance. Yeah, you've got to give the guy a chance. Yeah, but he was out of his depth today against the menu today. I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
Semenyo was fantastic for them today. I thought.
You know what it is? I was going to say is Semenyo sub to a standing ovation. Yeah, Lloyd Kelly, stinker, unhooked. Right, but let's go into the game. Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth should have scored twice before that. Evan Nielsen had a good game. Nick Pope saved by his knee. And then Semenyo had a shot which hit the top of the crossbar and out. Yeah, that was unlucky. But what was Joe Linton doing for the first goal? Right, what was he doing for the first goal? Get rid of that ball. Do not do skills in a dangerous position. Gets bobbed out, right? Got knocked off for a guy who's 6'1", 6'2", right? And then Semenyo ran with the ball, kept pushing. Where's the defense when the ball's crossed in? Tavernier, Chetty's offside, perfect goal. Yeah,
that was definitely not offside.
Definitely not offside. But Bournemouth could have scored again. They could have scored many goals. Yeah, I mean, look, if I was a Bournemouth fan, I'll be gutted because they took Newcastle to the cleaners. Yeah, but Newcastle only started when Eddie Mason subs, Kieran Trippier came on, Harvey Barnes came on. Yeah, Joe Willock came on and made a difference. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, for those who want Kieran Trippier to leave, right? I hope he doesn't now because you know what?
I've looked at that and thinking, should we be looking to sell Trippier on now?
Definitely not. Look, at the end of the day, it's all documented, right? I mean, if he goes, he goes. If not, we move.
Because I didn't think Tino was very good the day in my.
I was just going to say Tino was shite today.
He didn't look on his game, unfortunately. Tino
switched off. He switched off. It's down to him. It was his fault. He switched off for Tavernier's goal. He was completely switched off. That was down on him. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I would have had a hook to half time and been Trippier on. I'm not going to lie, but like I said, I'm speaking facts, and it's going to be absolute levels. Yeah, but we got the equalising goal right before the Harvey B was on looking for that shot went past the post. Yeah, but to be fair for Newcastle, we did try. Netta made 2 outstanding saves. One for Jordan, one for Dan Burn. Yeah. But Gordon's got a like a tap in from the back post when Harvey's crossed it in. I think Harvey made a big difference. But Bournemouth came back again. I mean, Alex Scott, who used to play for Bristol City, right? On the of injuries, had a shot going for the top corner, just flashed over. And then Semenyo, shot went past the post. Evan Nielsen was an inch away from tap, knocking it home. Yeah. But other than that, right, we kept pushing. Cool. But Nick Pope had to make a fine save at the end. Semenyo again, pushed around for a corner. And then the corner came in. Then it was Ottawa and flying in for the header, which came with his arm. Yeah, I thought that's game done. Yeah, that was game, set, and match. And I said Bournemouth deserved it. Yeah, but when it went to VAR, right, I think the referee just got the right decision. It was sure that it was handball. Yeah, I tell you something now, right, Pete, Mason, Tony, don't let this point fool you. Yeah, I've seen people say we have for a point. Yeah, we stole a point today. We were absolutely crap. Yeah, crap. And I don't want to see that performance ever again. This is game 2. And I'll tell you what, right? I mean, Eddie Howe, right? As much as I love him, I'll go with Tony and you, Pete. He made the team selection so wrong. Why did you drop Lewis Hall? You know what, Lewis Hall, right? As first left back, your bench son, Lloyd Kelly's coming in. Yeah, it didn't quite work. But Harvey B, big up to you, right? Big up to you. You changed the game. My man of the match. Yeah. But Forest on Wednesday, guys. I know I'm having it on, but I'll be quick. Wednesday, right? It's Forest. I want to see changes. Yeah. I want to see changes. I want to see Trippier play. I want to see Joe Willock play. And I also see Harvey B play. Harvey on the left, Gordon on the right. He's up front. And we might just win this game.
Interesting. Or if you never know. Osula might get an opportunity because I'm very surprised why he's not got any minutes this season. Even Chippers has just put in the chat as well. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well.
Julie.
I love VDR today. I think we all did then. We've got Todd Bowley in the chat. He would love to sign that Semi-Yano. I'm not surprised. No wonder Kelly was a free. I'm not writing Kelly off yet, but left back, no.
Give him. You got to give him. You got. I want a centre back, and then let Lewis Hall play at left back.
I mean, I wouldn't have mind if Kelly stayed on the pitch if Hall came on for Dan Burn, because I don't know if you saw at times, Tony, the way Dan Burn was holding onto that ball for too long.
Yeah,
it was very. Yeah. You could see there was a couple of Bournemouth players starting to breathe down his neck, and he wasn't clearing the ball, and he wasn't passing that quickly. He was holding on it far too much, and he could have made it dangerous for them.
Yeah, I mean, he could have. You're right what you're saying, Pete. He was holding on to the ball a bit, but he's one of the favourite players, you see. So
well, he is.
He's got the height as well.
He did well in
there as well. Yeah, the height's there for him as well. So obviously Kelly was probably made the scapegoat by Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe had to make changes. He had to change that. Let's be honest. I mean, Isak put a lovely ball through across the box, which if like Gordon had been a little bit further forward, he would have got his foot on the end of that. That would have been the back of the net. Isak was at times on the right wing and coming inside.
I didn't get that. Why is he on the right wing?
But because it's the only way he can get the ball. I mean, I thought Murphy wasn't that great today, if I'm honest with you.
I was very disappointed with Murphy, unfortunately, the day as well.
He just didn't look up to the task today. And I was looking for big things from Murphy today because I thought, well, okay, he had this great pre-season and he was unlucky last week. He had to come off because of the sending off.
Yep.
But look, I didn't think he was massively effective today. When Gordon went over to the right, he looked a bit more effective than what Murphy was. Is that where you go next Sunday against Spurs? Do you put Barnes left, Gordon right? We desperately need to get. I know we're wanting a centre back, but we desperately need to get another right winger in. We need a top class right winger. That's what we need. We are crying out for a right winger who can create and cross the ball. And look, as good as Murphy's been for us, the thing is, the best thing for Murphy is being a bench player, unfortunately. And coming on maybe for the last 15, 20 minutes or whatever. But for me, we have to go out there now. Now, the thing is, I feel if we have been looking at Madueke, we should have been in for this guy a couple of weeks ago. After scoring a hat-trick today, there's no chance we're getting him whatsoever. Unless we go in and say, look, we'll offer you 50 million and Chelsea take it because I got Neto on the right as well. That's the thing. But, look, we saw Keith Downey said on the channel last week that Newcastle are going to be in for a right winger this week. Now, I hope he's right on that. But who it'll be, I do not know. And, and as much as the lad has injuries, I would have rather have seen Chiesa on the right than Jacob Murphy, if I'm honest. But look, whoever we bring in, we need to make sure we bring a right winger in that has got the quality and the guile to get past defences and to put decent crosses into the box. Because that is what we're screwing out for. On the left, we are well stacked with Gordon, Barnes, Joe Willock can even play on the left. Joe Linton can play left. So we're well stacked on the left. It's on the right-hand side. That's our weakest point, and we need to sort that right-hand side out. Now, I agree. When Trippier came on, yes, he brought a bit of solidity back to the team. I didn't think Livramento had his best game, but he was isolated at times. Where was Murphy? Murphy was in the middle of the park, so Livramento was having to run down the right wing. And that's the thing. He's running down the right, and he's trying to do everything himself as well. So I felt a bit sorry for him, Livramento at times. He was a bit isolated because, like I say, Murphy was in the middle of the park. But, but disappointing. But look, I mean, with the centre back situation, I thought Kraft was okay at centre back. He didn't really.
Yeah, he did okay.
He got a foul on him, and but look, other than that, I thought he did okay. For what he had to do, considering we haven't got a right centre back, a recognised one, because Share's obviously out suspended. Because the FA wouldn't overturn the card. Now, if that was a cartel club, if that was Man United, for instance, or Arsenal or Chelsea, that red card would have been overturned. But because it's Newcastle, it's not getting overturned because we're not part of the cartel. So that's the reason why Share's red card stood. But in terms of getting the right centre back in, we've got to start looking for one now. And look, stop putting my eggs in one basket for Gui and go looking for one. I know we mentioned with Mohamed Simikin, who's got a 60 million release clause. Well, if we want to pay it, go and pay it and get him in. That's the thing. But realistically, we need more depth up the front, up the attacking third as well, because the attacking third's where we're lacking a lot more than I would say in the defence as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe try taking Burnout and putting Kelly there as a left-sided centre back. See how that goes. Until Botman's back.
Yeah, absolutely. I always think Newcastle need any Nketiah. He will offer more for you guys.
No.
Oh, no.
There's a reason, John, you call him Nketiah.
Nketiah. Definitely.
Julie said she'll worry when it gets to Wednesday and Thursday we'll have no one. Do you know what, Julie? I'll be feeling the same as well. And a lot of us will be as well.
Apparently Palace is in for Nketiah anyway.
Oh, well. Crazy take on Kelly. I'm not writing him off just yet. Without jumping on Eddie, if you give Bournemouth fans a poll, how many would swap their current manager for Eddie? They seem to be on the up. He has playing some superb football. He's done very well.
Oh, he's done amazing.
He's done very well. Yes, he has. He just whole can't defend. He was roast last week, great on the ball, but can't defend. He changed the game when he come on for me. I think we're okay in the striker department now. Yes. Chippers, good evening. Eddie got it wrong today. Not many can say they played well. Absolutely well said, Chippers. Isak, Wilson, and Osila. Yep. You've written Kelly off after 2 games. I've not written him off.
We're not written him off for talking that.
I've not written Kelly off. I'm just thinking at left back, I'm not sure. Chippers today's again proves we need players. If we sign no one this week, I'll be foreman. Do you know what? I don't blame you, Chippers. I will be as well. We were very, very lucky again with the VAR with a handball and Joe around the neck. It was not WWE. We'll get into that as well. I think our squad as well, short of top 4 quality. We needed a quality transfer window. Time is running now. Hope the board are ready to push button on some signs tomorrow. We need to, hopefully, surely they're going to be working on something now. Hopefully, Wilson has to stay fit now, though, Julie. Yep. Teddy experimenting again. It needs to stop. Absolutely well said, Julie. That is what preseason is for, not league games. Yep. Gordon seemed he didn't give 70%. Do you think he's going to Liverpool, or are you pissed off that Newcastle weren't prepared to take 100 million from him when he doesn't want to go? We'll get on to that as well, because Gordon didn't have a good game for me, unfortunately, today. Again, which we'll dive into. Good evening, Coffee. Hope you're well. He's definitely one of the best. Definitely, I find that Osila got no minutes. I'm very surprised he's not got minutes as well. Lewis Hall better than Kelly, though, says Julie. Yeah. Good evening, Stato. Hope you're well, and hope you have a safe journey back as well, because you've been up for the weekend. I heard. Just got back from the tough afternoon. Yes, it certainly was, matey.
It was.
What was up with Gordon today? He was awful in the first half. Looked way better in the second half when he was shifted to the right. Yeah, absolutely, he did. Again, we're going to talk into that as well. So a good weekend up there. We need a right winger, absolutely. We missed you at the watch along today. I think you all did. Kelly is fine. We didn't have any players who could play a forward pass under pressure. There were no technicians. Do you know what, Alex? That's a good point you've really made there. That's actually a really good point you've made there. We got lucky with their second goal. Evening, lads. Good evening, Gary. Personally, I think it was Joe Linton's worst game since Eddie put him in that position. Do you know what it was for me? We were lucky, full stop today, says Julie. Stato says, Hull, Share, Botman, Tonali, Trippier all fixed what we were lacking in the match. Could still do with at least one through the door. He was technically sound too. Very well said, Alex. We do need
He's
Bob
so
back
right.
chairs,
He's
and we
so right.
definitely
Yeah.
didn't look the same without Toll. Tonali, he's going straight back in the side for me as well when he returns. Mayfinho was playing centrally in the first half, and Isak was drifting right wing. He was. You've certainly
that's what I said before. Yeah,
strange. Yeah, we were a bad selection. Was wrong to put a positive spin. We got 0 points last season at Bournemouth plus 1 point to James's part. That team won Championship playoff final. Could say we are 3 points up on the same fixture, says Ruffeed. Absolutely. How many times did Bournemouth pinch the ball from us in dangerous position? They were all over. So many sloppy mistakes, not good enough, but good character to pinch a point. As I mentioned, it was our subs that changed it as well. That right-hand side had a big hole, which Trippier filled in as soon as he came on. Absolutely. You think it's time? Right, he's asking Stato this, and do you know what? I'm going to answer the question for this as well. And my answer to what Chippers has just asked Alex is yes.
100%. 100%. Because, look, at the end of the day, right, I mean, Jacob Murphy, right, I mean, good carry pre-season, but it hasn't been that great for the 2 games. I'm not going to, okay, he got taken off, didn't he, in the first game. But today, I didn't think it's effective at all whatsoever. Let's be real. But I think on Wednesday, like I said earlier, I want to see Barnes on the left, Gordon on the right, and Isak up top, yeah? And that can make a difference because it's a Carling Cup game. I don't mind change up a little bit, but also I'll see Will in as well, yeah? And that's the thing. So hopefully, if he changes up, like, cool. But you got to give Harvey Barnes around the games now. You've got to because
I think he was brilliant.
you have to.
I can't see. Unfortunately, I can't see Anthony Gordon and Isak starting on Wednesday because he'll want to change it around a bit. He may start with Sula up front and then put Isak on the bench and bring Isak on the second half, maybe. Because we've got another game next Sunday to come against Spurs, and the thing is, what you don't want is to put Isak in against Forest on Wednesday, and then he gets an injury and he's out for the Spurs game. So, it's same with Gordon as well. I mean, Gordon probably could do the minutes, but I mean, Tonali, I think, will definitely start on. He will definitely start on Wednesday, I think, Tonali, but he may only get an hour or so just to build his match fitness up. And then people are all thinking, oh, well, he'll come in against Tottenham and ahead of Longstaff, but that might not necessarily be true because, again, it could be that he needs to build his match fitness up. So it depends how Eddie sees after the Forest game, whether to start more, say, no, actually, you're going to have to be on the bench for a couple of games until he gets his match fitness up. Because remember, he's missed 10 months. Yes, he's trained well, and he's trained, but the minutes on the pitch count more than the training. That's the difference when you're playing an actual competitive match. That's a lot more intense than actually training.
Yeah. Lawrence, he says he could see someone coming out of the blue. We'll wait and see what happens with that. Or otherwise known as Tonali Wednesday. Yeah. Stato says people need to start thinking who is our best 11. The start should vary based on condition, who the opponent is. Very good point there as well, Stato. Because I've seen a lot of people seen so many think who was our best starting 11 is. Murphy was good only in pre-season against bad teams. Even Miggy scores away goals at Bournemouth. Yep, and I agree. If you don't sign in by Friday, I won't be happy. I won't blame Mitchell, but everyone around him has been here long enough. Absolutely. A lack of right winger was not our issue today. No, our pass was all over the place. We played
Joe Linton got caught out for the first goal.
Absolutely. Mint as our future winger, disgraceful being forced to sell the kid. PSR destroying football. It certainly is. I watched Minty yesterday for Brighton against Man United. He played very well. The only couple of things he did wrong was his decision making.
Yeah.
He had a great chance to play to Welbeck, who was completely unmarked, and he didn't. He tried to take a shot himself. Totally speaking facts, yeah. I honestly think we'll sign nobody, and Miggy and Cole will still be here at Christmas. That means he looks a good player. Maybe we should bid for him. No offense, but I don't think Minty has looked anything special so far. That's fair enough. Julian was very stupid with the foul on the goalkeeper. Could have been a red. Yeah, we'll talk that. Minty, I'm just going to get through these comments before we go on to the next point. Minty was rubbish yesterday. Brighton scored when he came off. He did. Neto got taught a lesson in choke slams. Jordan, good grief. Let Howe go to the FA and take the England post. He's got no big name draw. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good. I know you've been saying that White Trout as well, sir. So would you like to join our project at Chelsea Football Club? Can you admit that he's got lucky because that goal should have stood? Says Aidan. Interesting one. The Bournemouth striker for me was good. He nearly scored for them. Yep. Are you on the transfer deadline? Sure, surely we'll have some activity on deadline day for a change. Hopefully we do. So there you are. You'll catch Alex and TD off of that one, as always. Could be that he played less football than most of the summer. Sounds great. Looking forward to that long TDR show. Yes, I'm sure there'll be a cracking show that they're going to do on transfer day. Thought the ref was all, but had no control on the game at all. He wasn't too bad, David Coote at times. Gordon Bonds, Willoquinho was awesome today. He did well when he come on. Jacob Murphy was poor today, but he wasn't the reason why we struggle. It was the back four. Nobody shown for the ball, no control, sloppy and passing. I totally agree with that, Alex. Going at a better game on the right than his preferred left. We need someone to help the Kiwi Messi, Chris Wood. Murphy wasn't so good today. He wasn't getting the service either. Nope. I felt that Isak was fiend on scraps all game. That's it. He was. He was. Midfield, he had a spell where he took on the entire Bournemouth midfield that got me off my seat, but then he passed it on the right to nobody. Absolutely. Minty was awful against Man U. Agree, very sloppy passer and dithering on the ball. They bossed us for large periods. Spurs will be determined to get a result against us. Given their last two results at St. James's Park, we need a huge improvement. Well said, David. Worrying thing is what Eddie Howe said about transfers after the game. Sounds like we have been in for players other than Gabe, but we've been overpriced or we've been knocked back / outbid. Could well be.
What's the take on that one, Pete? About we made a bid, but you got knocked back. I mean, do you think that's true?
We've tried, but the gay situation, we've wasted so many days on this one. That's been our problem.
We've wasted over 2 weeks on this, Pete.
Yep. Nearly 2 weeks. Could John shows all his Japanese dance and skills to we should be packing more of a punch with a squad than we are in the air since takeover. No FFP was a major obstacle last season, but this window has been soul destroying, says Mick. Pope's distribution was kind of bad today, but he made saves that Dubravka would have leaked in, says Coffee. Absolutely. Would you lads have taken a point before going into the game? I personally would have, but not sure if that's the pessimistic. It's Bournemouth. We should be looking to beat them. It is Bournemouth. We should be looking to beat them.
Yeah.
Right.
We made them look like Brazil.
Paul says, was it a handball? I've said it was handball. Yes. Anyway, Mason, Joe Linton, what's he doing giving the ball away in that position to set up their first goal?
I mean, I don't know what he was doing. He's my trust in Murphy because Murphy was neighbouring Murphy.
Well, Mason, I think your audio's cracking up a bit again.
I'll come back and then.
Oh, is that better? Try again, Mason.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, is that a bit better?
I think.
Yeah, that's.
Murphy.
Oh no, it's crackling. Yeah, it's crackling up again, Mason. No problem, Mason. We feel to be how under pressure when we got knocked out the FA Cup in a few days. Yep. We feel to beat Bournemouth in 5 attempts now. We have. Joe Linton was died the day, Mason, you're breaking up. Got to improve on Sunday against Spurs after they beat Everton 4-0 yesterday. I'll come to you, Ed, John, since Mason's come back. And what is Joe Linton doing, giving that ball away?
Beats me. I mean, what he's done, right? I mean, if I'm honest with you, I'm not going to lie. He should have been sent off. He had a poor game today. It's over documented. Costs a goal. Then he nearly done the same thing in the second half, but he defended well. And he had he could have scored from header, which Neto saved. But if you come to the player ratings, please don't come to me, whatever you do, because I'm going to be absolutely brutal. But when it comes to what he did when he clotheslined Neto, right? He thinks in the WWE, he should have been sent off. And I'm amazed that VAR didn't pick up on that at all.
I'm very surprised they didn't, because Mason, that ticks all the boxes of a red card immediately. Why is he doing that? 100%. We don't want to lose another player out through suspension when we've already got one missing already. What is Joe Linton thinking of?
He could have took his head off. Honestly, he could have took his head off.
Oh, I think you're breaking up again, Mason. Sorry.
Minutes. Change internet.
No problem. I mean, I'll come to you, sorry, Tony. All those ticker boxes of a straight red.
Yeah, I mean, when he done it, I was like, at first, obviously when you see it in real time, you know, you sort of look and you think, oh well, that's just a tactical foul. Pick up a yellow card because I've stopped the goalkeeper getting a quick kick in a way up the field so that they can get an attack going. But when you watch it back and you think, Jesus, that was right round the neck, that's a height. In rugby, you get a red card for that. Now, I know you're saying VR they may have checked it, but they may have just went with the on-field decision because that's what they've been told to do now. They've been told not to overanalyze things by Howard Webb. I mean, Areola was disgusted in that he wasn't happy. Obviously, he wasn't happy with the handball either, and that led to one of his coaching staff being sent off, which he wasn't happy about that either. But he obviously must have said something that warranted the referee to come over and give the red card because obviously Simon Hooper must have said, whatever he said to Simon Hooper. Obviously, he must have relayed it to David Cooten. He's come over and said, right, okay, there's a red card, off you go. But yeah, I mean, look, it could be, the FA now could look at this and decide to ban him.
You know what they could do still?
They could charge him for it and then ban him. And that wouldn't surprise me. But he needs to be careful. That's the thing. You've got to be careful when you're putting your hands up that high as well. It's you just can't clothesline somebody like that. Not in the Premier League. If he could have caused an injury to Neto doing that as well when Neto went down, but thankfully it didn't. But look, it's probably a heat in the moment thing. Stopping the keeper taking a quick a quick goal kick or whatever it was from his hands. But it was definitely a karate move or a kung fu. Well, definitely a WWE move, that's for sure. The clothesline. But look, it is what it is. He got away with it, and let's hope he does get away with it. Let's hope the FA don't look at it. Be interesting to see what Ref Watch says tomorrow. And I'll be watching that with. I'll be glued to that tomorrow when Ref Watch is on with Dermot Gallagher, and I'll be interested to see what his take is on that as well as the handball. I mean, to me, the handball one was a bit of a funny one because it's where it comes off his hand. Now, to me, at first, I thought this won't be disallowed because at first it looked like it actually come off the sleeve. Now, apparently, if it hits you there, it's not handball. It's when it's below the sleeve, it's handball. And that's what I thought. And I thought that's where it came from, the sleeve part. And I thought, well, that's not a handball. Surely this won't be ruled out. And then you saw another angle, and it sort of looks like it did actually brush under the sleeve. So, to me, I couldn't really tell much of it. And then obviously, Kut went to the monitor to check it, and then it was ruled out for a handball. So, to me, I think we got a lucky decision there. I think we were lucky there. We got away with one, and we nicked a point. Maybe a point we didn't deserve. Let's be honest. Bournemouth played well. I mean, we played well until about the 12th minute, and after that, we didn't really have a kick of the ball, because Bournemouth were playing much better football than what we were. As John hit the nail on the head, says if Van Nilsson had not a bad game either, considering it was his debut. And I don't know if anybody else saw it in the first half. Anthony Gordon had a bit of a spat with one of the substitutes from Bournemouth, Dean Hyson, who we were apparently linked with. Something was said between them two on the touchline. I don't know what they were saying, but it was a bit of an exchange. But look, we're not really setting the world alight the way we're playing. And this is, I predicted us to win this game 2-1 because I thought that's what we would have done, gone out and won 2-1.
This game as well.
But we just seem to be lacking that intensity. From if you go back to that couple of seasons ago when we were really going for teams, I didn't see that. that 15 minutes where we were going for teams and sometimes we were blowing teams away within the first 15 minutes of the game. We then seemed to sit back for a bit. And I'm thinking, why are we sitting back? We're inviting this on. And then obviously, like I say, Joe Linton lost the ball and that led to them scoring. Jacob Murphy, again, nearly happened to what happened to him in Japan, where he was messing about with the ball near the touchline, or the goal line. And, they took the ball off him and that could have led to a goal. Thankfully, it didn't.
Well done.
Where in Japan, when he tried to shepherd the ball out, the guy kept it in and passed it, and they scored from that. So
Yep.
I thought Jacob Murphy would have learned from that in Japan, and he still hasn't learned from that because he's still dilly-dallying around there. And, on the byline, he's just got to get rid of it. Just get rid of it, Don't dilly-dally with the ball. But, yeah, I think we got lucky today, let's be honest. And we've got to massively improve now. I know David's saying there, what's the odds on Anderson scoring in midweek? Look, I watched the Forest game yesterday, and I'm going to be honest with you. Elliot Anderson wasn't that great, let's be honest. He was poor. Even the corner he put in was really, really poor. He took a corner, and I get it was a deep corner for Chris Wood, but it was way past Chris Wood. He got subbed off, but to me, I looked at Elliot Anderson, I thought, if we've got 35 million for him, we've done bloody well, because he weren't that great yesterday. Not at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
Neither was Alanga.
Yeah, totally, yes. Absolutely. Where am I up to with my comments? Joe Linton went back to 2014 with today's performance. He said, is Ruddy our number 2? Was the Forest goalkeeper we signed injured or something? Surely we can't be relying on Ruddy if Pope gets injured once again. Well, there's rumours of Lacademos going out on loan. We're still on one. Apparently, Dubravka was missing due to concussion, apparently. Paul says we've got to win on...
want Vlachodimos, by the way.
We've got to win on Wednesday night, says Paul. Yeah, I still think no dubs on the bench means he could be gone, says Chip. That's interesting. Considering the performance, it was a decent point to get. Bournemouth a solid team, especially at home. But Bournemouth's a team we should be looking to beat as well. Lewis Hall not being in the start line already made me feel uneasy from the beginning. I think it did with a lot of people. Joe Linton looked well off the pace today, was half a yard behind everyone else on the pitch. He did. Bournemouth's assistant manager got sent off for protest. He did. Good evening, Pete. Great stream.
Pete.
Anyone see Trippier after the game? He was upset. We'll see what happens with Trippier. He either stays or he goes, is all I can say. Julian crazy doing that. We are showing a real lack of discipline opening 2 games and he needs to sort them out. Rest for us will be watching them closely. Good point there, David. He didn't need to do that. Apparently it was a factory land ball. Julian's been watching too much Cobra Kai. Keep doing that, old lad, says Joe Linton. Joe Linton may as well have given him a rock bottom in people's elbow. Got taught a lesson. Hopefully we can get past Forest midweek. I do think the fans will turn on out quicker than normal this season if things go wrong. Interesting one from Foxy there. For the purpose of determining handball, handball offence is the upper boundary of the arm is in line with the bottom of the armpit from the FA rule book, says Ruffeed. What are the odds on Ireland scoring us against midweek? We'll see what happens. Looks like to me it was just above the elbow, so under rules it's handball. You're very sleep, Mr. Sinclair. Don't fall asleep. If it was the end, then we need to be beating these teams very well, said Joe Linton's just made a great point there.
Totally agree.
Right, Mason, equaliser for us. I mean, Barnes, brilliant when he come on. Could have scored before that. Just unlucky his shot was wide. But he plays a cracking ball to the back post for going to do the rest. But we've got to see as well, Mason, above the I know he scored the equaliser, but it looked to me, Gordon looked uninterested the day for me.
No, I think he should have put on Barnes a bit earlier. I think we would have got some kind of game with if we somehow managed to bring him on earlier, but luckily enough we got that goal by Gordon, but I think Gordon was off it again today.
He did. He was.
But I think Hopkins needs to start on Wednesday night first, because I think if we start first, easily if we start Barnes on Wednesday night, I think we could get something. If we make it again,
It's going a bit crackly at times, just a little bit.
Yeah, I think if we start holding Barnes on Wednesday night, I think we'll get something out of the game.
Interesting one. Interesting. I think we all need a major signing this week to lift all our spirits. You might lose your connection with the Mike Mason. You might have to just do something with your mic there, Mason, to stop it from doing that. So, yeah. But the fact is, John, we can't continue playing like this. Imagine if that was Man City playing us. If I imagine if that was Man City we were playing. Or Arsenal.
Yeah. Pete, you're absolutely right. I mean, look, we're a million miles away from the teams who mentioned it. I mean, yeah, we've done well against Man United, but at the end of the day, right, we need to fix up because we've still got players there going through the Ashley years, yeah, and it's not good enough. We need to change it up, and that's down to Eddie Howe. He knows that he's got to change it up, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And also, he has got to talk to Paul Mitchell now and tell him, look, you have it back us or do something about it because, look, we need players here, yeah? You just sold 70 million on Elliot Anderson and Minty, right? Or close to 70 mil, right? Where's that money gone? And also, right, I look at the midfield, right? I mean, Bruno Guimaraes, right? I thought he had a good game today. He done his best.
Bruno was exceptional, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, but he's badly let down by 36. You look at when Bruno plays to Brazil, right? He looks over his shoulder. He's got Paquetá, right, in front of him. They play alongside Casemiro, right? And you got Philly Jr. and all the top quality players as well. And then when he looks over his shoulder, he's got 36 next to him, yeah. And he must be thinking, this guy ain't good enough. He's not on my level, yeah.
I mean, I didn't think Longstaff was great today, unfortunately.
He was.
I mean, was he the worst player? No. Do you know what I'm going to say? He wasn't the worst player. But again, it's the slowness from Longstaff every game.
He looked way off the pace again, Pete, and it is so frustrating. Look, we're not baiting him, we're not having a go at him, we're judging him as on today's game. He looked slow, too on pace. He also got muscled off so easily. He gave away a free kick in a dangerous area, right? But other than that, he didn't offer much, yeah? But all these fans who love Sean Longstaff, he works hard, this and that, and top that, right? He's been on a club, right, since Rafa Benitez. That's back in 2018, 6 years now. Because someone asked the question, what has he improved? Because I tell you something, he hasn't improved a lot. All he's good at is running around the pitch. That is it.
I mean, Tony Longstaff today.
How do you want me to put it, Pete? Piss poor.
I mean, he wasn't the worst for me today.
That's what he was. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but he's still poor. And look, when he went off and Willock came on, we looked better in that midfield three.
Look at what Willock does. A fully fit Willock, the way he can drive with the ball, the way he can drive past players. But Longstaff just at times he doesn't do that for me.
No. And I think once Tonali's back, once he's got his match fitness up, because this is what I've said, people are expecting Tonali to walk straight back in the team, and it doesn't work like that. He'll probably get an hour at Forest. He'll start against Forest. He may get an hour, come off. He may even be on the bench against Spurs, and Longstaff will play. Then he'll come on, say maybe for half an hour, build his match fitness up. Because it takes time. He's been out for 10 months because of a ban. Yes, he's been training for those 10 months, but he hasn't played a competitive game, and that's what people are forgetting. When you haven't played a competitive game, it's going to take a lot. Yeah, but even they're not competitive, Pete, but it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot for him, for Tonali to get his match fitness back. And that could take 3-4 weeks. So that may take him a month. Who knows? It depends how quickly he gets on with it. If he comes in and he plays a couple of cameo games, like say he plays on Wednesday now and plays half an hour on Sunday, who knows? He may come in and hit the ground running. He may hit the ground running first. He may play the whole game. Who knows? Nobody knows. But look, it's going to take that time. So people are going to give the lad time. So, when he's playing, I hope people don't jump on him saying, oh, look, he's not doing this for us. Because you got to remember, he's been out for 10 months. Give the guy a chance. But I think once he is fully fit, Longstaff will no longer be a starter. He will be on the bench.
Oh, neither would I. Personally, I think Willock should be ahead of him.
Yeah,
Pete,
absolutely, Pete.
Yep. 4 points could be worse. No panic stations yet, and 5 days left. We'll see, but we're just not convinced with the performances, Alan, at the moment. That's the thing. Whereas Tony is here now. We can't also be relying on tonight to come straight and make a difference. The lad hasn't played a competitive match in how long? He needs time. Bruno is carrying us at the moment.
Exactly.
Very well said, David. Well, I got top 4 last season and drew away at Bournemouth. Not the end of the world for us. Could have been a lot worse, a lot to improve on, but if you can't pick up points playing poorly, but if you can pick up points playing poorly, that's a positive. That's Lads, Longstaff is slow, but he ain't the problem of the day. As I mentioned, he wasn't the worst player. I'm sorry, lads, but the board have now backed Howe when they expect to get top 4. It's absolutely shocking. They need to back our manager. I feel sorry for Howe, but it looks like Eddie Howe's come out and said, which Mick's just commented, put in the chat. Bruno was good today, a level above, and although not scoring, I thought Isak looked very good on the ball. I thought he did as well. Doesn't look or sound good. Like Eddie has any say on any transfers.
I tell you what, if Mick's comments is true, and it looks like it, that does not look good at all, doesn't it, Pete?
Very, very true. It was. If we had a shoestring budget like some people are making out, we wouldn't have made the bids we have for Gay. Absolutely. We won't get the top 4 with Kraft as our backup, centre back at Murphy, and Fick and Almiron as our right wingers, says Clouds. Love Newcastle. Nice one, Paul. Start Willock on Wednesday until he's done, then bring on Longstaff on, not vice versa. That's a good point, Mick. Minty and Anderson money went to plug PSR gap of around 60 million, so not available to spend, says Ruffeed. There you are. Seems like board expects how to work a miracle. They need to back our manager. We need some more players in as well. We've got a Harry in from Texas.
We got Harry, mate.
Well,
bless up.
Welcome to the channel. Minty and Anderson. Oh, I've just read that one as well. Yes, agree. Start Willock on Wednesday evening, lads. Can you see us getting a centre back and right wing before the window closes? I'm still going to say yes, we will. I am going to say yes, we will. Well then, on to the last other part of the show, and that is, of course, our player ratings. And we need help, says Paul. Absolutely, we do. Do you think Palace deal will happen? We'll wait and see. But I think we've wasted so many days on trying to get this done, unfortunately. Percy, I think
thing is, Pete, there's a lot of rumours going around that Man City now, not for Quee, by the way, but there's a lot of rumours going around that Man City are willing to go to Palace and offer 80 million for Eze, and that Grealish could be on his way back to Villa. So, look, if for instance City go in and buy Eze for 80 million quid, then there's no way Palace will be selling Gay either, because they're going to rip that team to bits and they're going to end up going down, aren't they? I mean, look, can you see that happening? Eze going to City and Grealish going to Villa? I mean, that's a rumours going around.
I'm not sure. It's a tough one. I don't believe every sign we made on the idea was this sign, in my opinion, mainly Bruno, Botman and Isak, says Lawrence. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, anyways, we'll get into our player ratings now. So do take part in the live chat on what you would rate the players from today. I don't think there's a lot are going to score very highly, unfortunately, because a lot of the times we were really not on our game. Do you expect lads to have us a very active transfer deadline day for change? Surely no excuses that we can't be relying on San.
Got to.
And guys, it's my birthday on transfer day as well.
Oh, hopefully it's good news. Then we've got some more players in.
Can I talk, John?
Say again?
It seems. Anyways, let's get on to it. Player ratings time. So take part in the live chat. I'll start with you, Mason, with Nick Pope.
Kept it score as it was.
Yep.
It could have been more. I have made a few teams in the place in second half.
Well, I think you're really crackling up again. Sorry.
With these freaking headphones.
Well,
Yeah, now.
no, it's still say it again. Say again.
Here's the thing.
It's a little bit better, but it might stop doing it again.
I thought Paul Gallant was on there for a minute.
Oh, as I just said, I thought it was
Have you unplugged the headphones, Mason? Try that to see if it's doing the problem. No, it's still worse, Mason.
yeah, I was now.
It's still thinking. Why not unplug the headphones, Mason? Take them out and see if it's any better. Pull them out. Pull them out of the computer.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Is it any better?
That's the thing.
No, it's
Still crackling.
No, I think it's your mic, Mason.
Jordan,
So
I
what do
don't
you-
have a freaking vibrator, you cunt.
So what are you going to give Pope quickly?
7.
7. Okay, then.
I think that's about fair. I would have said 6 because his
5
kicking
is
was
a 5.
atrocious. He
Pope.
pulled off some great saves, but it's his kicking again. It's his footwork.
Yeah,
It's
Kicking
not
is
good.
wonderful.
6 was dog shit.
It is terrible.
All right, but needs to improve on his kicking. He's only so Jesus. So if you put the fix it, there's a Pope from Julie as well.
I thought we had Paul Gallant in the studio there when I heard Mason go, "Here's the thing."
Oh Jesus God! Right, on to you. I'll come to you next, John, with Tino Livramento.
First 20 minutes, he made a decent start for me, but he was sort of fault for a Tavernier score. Yeah, he did not pick up at all whatsoever. And he was stinking hooked in the second half. For Trippier, he's getting, I'll tell you what, he's going to get a 5. He should have had a 4. But because he made a decent start, right, for the first 20, because he switched off, he's going to get marked down, I'm afraid. When you're right back, you've got a cover as well, so he's going to get a 5 from me, and I think he's lucky to get in that as well, so he's a 5.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's not a bad shout there, John. So, mind you, there's a 7 from David, a 6 from there's a 6 from Judy, there's a 5 from Tino, and a 5 as well. You're going with a 5, Tony. I can see you put. Oh. Okay then, right then. Back, we'll come to you, Tony, with Emil Kraft.
Look, I didn't think Kraft was too bad, considering he's a makeshift right centre back. Thought he's solid enough. He had he'd done that foul. He had a foul against him as well. But for me, no, I thought Kraft was pretty solid, and he tried to get things moving from the back. Obviously, it's not his natural position being in the centre back. He's a right back by trade. I'm going to give him a 6 for that.
Okay, yeah, 6, fair enough. Tito was 6, totally improved our game when he came on. Trips came on, totally improved our game when he came on. Yeah, Emil Kraft 6, 10, that thing, y'all.
That wasn't me.
And a 6 from Ian as well. Right then to me, with Dan Byrne, he did some good, did put some good things in today, but at times he held on the ball too long in very dangerous positions where there was a couple of players starting to approach him to see if they could try to take the ball off him. I thought that he should have passed the ball a lot quicker for me at times today. So I would say a 6 for Byrne for me as well. And there's one from Julie's gone with a 7. It's crappy with 5 as well. So I've gone with a 6 for Dan Byrne. Okay, then we'll go back to you, Mason. With a left back, Lloyd Kelly.
I don't want to be too harsh on him because it was his full debut today. I thought he didn't do much. I'm gonna give him a 5.
5, yeah, I think that's quite. Yeah,
I was alright, by the way.
Yeah, that's better, Mason.
Nice one.
Yeah, there's a 5. There's a 5 from Ian, and there's a 6 from David, and there's a 5 from Joe Linton as well. Okay, then. So we're into 3 in midfield now, and it's to you, John, with the captain.
Yeah, I feel I would have given Kelly a 5 as well because he got done by Semenyo every single time after 20. So, yeah, 5's about right. Bruno G. Yeah, he was sent to everything. I mean, he was unlucky with that curling shot, which Neto made a fantastic save again. And look, he's done well in the mixed field. Mixed second half, though. First half did all right, I guess. But he's tried to look the play, tried to create with push on equaliser. For me, it's a hard one because I want to give him either a 6 or 7, but it's a hard one for me because I thought he's done all right. But I'm going to give him a 7 because he did put a shift in. So I'm going to give him a board of 7. I'm going to be honest because, look, at the end of the day, people say I'm being harsh. I'm not. But, look, he had a shot, which Neto saved, like I said. But he's won most of his duels as well, drew fouls, everything. He had a good game. Tony said I'm being harsh, giving him a 7. And can't do 7.5, Pete?
I suppose so. Go on then.
I'll do 7.5 because
Bruno in the
I
8.
think he did well.
1 8 from Julie. I think it 8. He deserved. Kelly, 5. Poor may as well have had high 5 on his pals at Bournemouth. Oh, Ian's gone for a 6.
Woo!
Oh, Ian, that's harsh.
Bruno at 8, but it's his rating. Everyone's got a different opinion.
Got rating.
Bruno's had better games, but was lucky not to score. Bruno 8 played well. Looked like he's enjoying being captain as well. So
yeah, I'll give him 7.5. And look, at the end of the day, sort of thing. Like, I mean, we all love Bruno, but I'm basing it on game by game. And I've got to be honest.
Kelly, not impressive today as we think. We missed all but rest for Wednesday. Bruno and 8 from David. Right then, to you, Tony, with Longstaff.
I'm surprised I didn't give him to John, to be fair. Look, Longstaff. Look, although he wasn't great, but surprisingly, in the 6-9 minutes he was on the pitch, he did have 40 touches of the ball. And 30 of his 33 passes were accurate. So I give him a 91% rating of passing. So, as I say, he only had 40 touches, but he made that one key pass. But he won 2 out of his 3 ground duels as well. Lost possession 6 times. Not the greatest, if I'm honest. So for me, I give him a 6.
Fair enough.
Because of the accuracy of passing as well. But yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, 6.5 from Julie. 5 wasn't too bad, to be honest. He's had worse games. Yeah, Longstaff a 6 from David as well. Right, last one in midfield, so it's back to me. Right, and I'm getting Joe Linton for this one. Right, and I'm going to be absolutely honest with this one. That was absolutely diabolical from Joe Linton today. The way he gave the ball away to set up their attack for the goal is absolutely criminal. His performance was just all round terrible today, unfortunately for me. He had a chance, which he did have a header, to be fair, which was saved. But I thought he was absolutely horrible today, unfortunately. That looked like the Joe Linton we had under Bruce. I think that's definitely one of his worst. I've seen him in a black and white shirt. And I've got to say, the thingy on Pedro Neto, he's very lucky not to have escaped a red there, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm going to have to give Joe Linton a 1.
Pete, did you say Pedro Neto?
So,
yeah.
I didn't know Pedro Neto play and goal for Bournemouth, you know.
Pizza de Castor.
Yes, I've gone on the wrong net. Sorry,
Jordan.
right, I'm sorry, but what Joe Linton did there was inexcusable, and there's no need for it, and he could have been sent off for that. I'm going to give him the one just for the chance he had on goal, but the rest of his game it was atrocious from him. I'm going to have to say a 1 for Joe Linton, unfortunately. I've got to say it, fortunately, say how it is, and I think it's a 1 rating for Joe Linton. Mistake from G7 gifted that goal, got more from him down 6. Julie's gone for a 2. 6, 4, 3, 3. 1 for turning up and 1 for getting his boots on the right feet. Joe Linton 5, but 9 for the slam on it. Get down, lad. It's an offensive. The ball hits the arm below a line with the armpit, and it did before the game. Then the rules 3. Should have had a red card. He should have done. There's a 3 as well. Sorry, I forgot about that. Foul was dangerous play down 4. I've scored him a 1. I just thought he was awful all game. You're giving the ball and you've set up an attack and they've scored from it. It was terrible. Okay, then, right. So we go on to the 3 in attack now. So we go back to Mason with Jacob Murphy.
No, player was disappointing today. I'll give him a 4.
4. Yeah.
He was another player who was disappointing today.
He was, actually. I mean, he was the worst. No, there was some of the good things, but yeah, I can. Yeah, sort of 4. Even Julie's gone with the same for you. Even Julie's gone for a 4. Sorry, Coffee. There's a 5 from Alan, and there's a 5 from Ian as well. So there you go. Right. Okay. Right then. So we'll go back to you, John, who got the equaliser, but again, didn't look interested at all for me today. Gordon.
I tell you what, I thought he was poor as well. Apart from the goal, what did he actually do today? Apart from that goal, he was absolutely poor. He was flat. Normally, he is the heartbeat of an attack. We never saw that at all today. He didn't run for the ball. He didn't ask for it. He was very sluggish today, and he really took on this man. And I'm going to be honest. I said to you guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be straight. What did he create? Not a lot. Not going to lie. But for me, even though he scored today, I'll give him a 5. But if he had not scored that today, I'll give him a 4. So I'll give him a 5 today.
Fair enough. 1-4 from David, 6 from Alan. Ron scoring Murphy a 4. Going to 6 for the goal, otherwise 4. And Julie's gone for a 5.5. Right, last of the starting 11. Tony. Isak.
Look, to be fair, I thought he started off okay. He ended up on the right wing at times, and he tried to get things going. He put a ball through the box, which if Gordon had been on the end of that, been a bit quicker in the box, could have led to a goal. He got a bit annoyed with Harvey Barnes, and rightly so, when Barnes got in the box and took the shot with his left foot. If he just passed that ball across the box, Isak wasn't prime spot to put that in the back of the neck. So that could have gone in the back of the net, no problem. And you can see why Isak got annoyed with Barnes, because it was a bit selfish from Barnes, and he should have looked up and saw Isak standing there. So yeah, I mean, look, okay, his passing rate was only 61% today, with 11 out of 18 being accurate, and he only had 37 touches of the ball. He won one of his real duels, and he won 2 of his ground duels. It was quiet, but he wasn't getting the service. So if you're not feeding him the service, how are you expecting him to score? Yeah. But I felt sorry for him at times. He was isolated, and he had to come out, like I say, he had to come out the right to try and help out Murphy. I'm going to go with a 7 for Isak.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think 7's reasonable. There's a 6 going, 7 for the goal. Goal was better on the right, 7 only because he scored. There's a 6. There's a 6 was quite lively at times. There's an 8 from David, which writes like he's getting body slammed when he plays in space. Isak 60 service. He did well with the service he got. So yeah. Well then, so we're going to substitutes now. Right, so we made 3 at the same time. Right, I'm going to take this one, and I'm going with Harvey Barnes. Do you know what? Barnes was a game changer for me. I know he had the chance which he missed, but the cross he put in for Gordon at the back post was brilliant. And I don't think we've seen the best of Harvey Barnes still. I really, really don't. Do I think Barnes should be pushing for a start? I actually think he should. He does. I think he'll play on Wednesday, but I'll personally wouldn't mind to see an attacking 3 of Barnes, Gordon, and Isak. Even some people have said the same as well. And I think we should be looking to try that. I know we did that once, a couple of times last season. They well worked against Spurs, I thought. Why should we not look to do it? Because I personally don't think we've seen the best of Harvey. And I thought Barnes' cross for the equaliser was fantastic. I'm torn between an 8 or a 9 for Harvey Barnes, to be honest.
Oh,
Do you know what? I'll give Barnes an 8. And I'll be 2 over the top. I'll go an 8 for Barnes because his cross he put in was fantastic. And I think Barnes should be given a chance of a start for me. Barnes an 8, 7, Barnes an 8. Harvey Barnes an 8, and so you're going for an 8 as well, Tony.
man in the match for me. Man in the match.
Yep, I agree.
Man
Okay,
in the
we'll go back to you, Mason. And you get with Joe Willock.
I thought he was alright when he came on. I thought he was pacey.
Yep.
I would give him a 7.
7. I thought he
I
did
would
well.
give him a
Willock, the way he was driving with the ball, the way he was holding the players. Personally, I think we've got to hopefully should have a fully fit Willock for the rest of the season now. So that's a good point. So Willock a 7. Hopefully we can keep Willock fit. 8 Bonds a 7. So Willock 7s for Willock as well. Okay then, and it's back to you again, John. Another substitution that came on early as well with the other 2 was Trippier.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, I mean, when it came on Trippier, I mean, what's his mind on the game when he come with the pitch? Shouldn't even been playing. And the answer to that question, Pete, is yes. I mean, he showed quality on the ball, picked some nice crosses, and you know what it is, right? We looked a better team when he came on the pitch, yeah. Experience shown. No disrespect to Tino, by the way. Yeah, yes, he was poor. But when Kieran came on, I thought he did really well. I mean, trying to...
Do you know what else I noticed as well? We
Yeah.
know there was rumours of him loaming. It looks like he didn't let that get to him.
Exactly. He just got on the pitch, do his job, get his head down, right? And showed us that he is a really, really fantastic player, 90 years. And if he's going to stay at the club, we're not going to have open arms, to be honestly. But if he goes, I wish him well. But I hope he stay, right? And for another year, obviously. And then Tino can learn from him 1 more year. And he's done really well. I mean, his corners were good as well. Forced quite a few corners as well. And I'm going to get Kieran Trippier 7 out of 10 because what he did, when he came on, we looked a lot better. I thought he looked a bit solid. I thought he was off for it. Yeah, I'll give him a 7.
I've actually marked Willock quite early because he actually came on the 69th minute, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, can I just quickly answer Ronald's question there? I was watching the Newcastle game on the telly. I was watching the Swansea game on my laptop.
No, well, this was watching, but I agree with a 7. Please stay, Kieran, or 10 for Julie. Trippier 7. Goal control was good and plenty of crosses. Yeah, my favourite player and was my favourite non-favourite 2 player before you joined us, says Julie. So 7 for Trips coming in. Okay, we'll go back to it's back to you, John.
Tony.
Yes, I've done John. So Tony, Lewis Hall.
Do you know what? I thought he had a canny little cameo when he come on. He was on for 21 minutes. And look, in that 21 minutes, you know, he made 1 clearance, 2 block shots, had 20 touches of the ball, 12 out of 14 passes accurate, which was an 86% accuracy. Made a key pass.
Yep.
His only cross of the game was accurate. 2 long balls were accurate. He created a big chance. That proves Lewis Hall has to be starting at left back. And I know everybody's going to say Barnes won the match because he put the cross in, but Lewis Hall can't be far behind him, or could be even level with him, because I thought Lewis Hall changed that game when he came on. And I'm a massive fan of this kid. I think he's a great kid, and I think he's, and I, I don't care what people are saying in the chat that his defending's not there. The lad is 19 years of age. Give him a chance, because this lad is going to be the future of England's left back berth in years to come. I believe he'll be at that World Cup in 2 years' time, because Luke Shaw certainly won't be there. And I rate this kid highly. So give the lad a chance. I mean, he played some great football for us towards the end of last season. For me, Lewis Hall gets an 8.
Nice one, fair, good one. There's a 7
because
for David.
because like I say, the amount of, because when you look at his stats alone, when he came on, to have so few touches of the ball, to have 20 touches of the ball in 21 minutes, that's like you touch nearly every minute.
Yeah.
And that he's got 12 or 14 passes are accurate. And his only cross was accurate, and his long balls were accurate.
Yeah.
Says it all. So for me, yeah, definitely gets an 8 for me, and possibly even man of the match.
Yeah. Dave says, evening lads, despite it being a bit of a stodgy performance, we struggle against Bournemouth, so to get a point away to them, I'm happy enough. Let's go smash Spurs. We need to improve on the performances, Dave, is what I can say. It was all a 9 from Julie. Was a 6 from Ian. All change of game for me. It was busy all the time he was on. Might definitely maybe a boot Oasis forming again by Mason went over your head earlier.
Peter, this Julie could be going back in there.
Really? And spot on, Tony, as Julie says, spot on with yours. Okay, then. So it is back to me. All right. It was the last substitution. It was Miggy, but on too late to make an impact. So I can't really give him a rating or just a standard 5, unfortunately. Okay, then. Right. So the last few ones to rate. Right. Sorry, Mason. You're getting the referee, Mr. David Coote.
Now what it is, at times I thought it was ours. I'm just going to give him a 5 though.
Cootie pie.
What? Cootie pie?
Do you remember the bird used to be called Cootie pie?
Oh! Oh, God. We've started another one, Tony.
Well, there you go. You see, after Turkey Teeth,
Mr. Teeth.
Mr. Teeth, exactly. And so there's another one, Cootie Pie, if you want to put that in there for David Coote.
Cootie Pie. Oh, Jesus.
Ugly twat what he is, but never mind.
Spot Tony. Make 1 for 10. And up ref is brilliant today. Has to be a 10. 8 for the ref as well. And that's a good name you've come up with there.
Paul for VAR.
Oh, Tony, that was another good one you've come up with.
I'll come up with them.
John Waite says Nathan. Cootie pie. Hey, Jesus, ref. Right, back to you, John, since Mason's done the ref. The fans.
1,200 went there today, made themselves loud and proud. You know what? It's got to be a 10 for them, because you know what? They came driven a long way. You're talking 7 hours from Newcastle to Bournemouth, right? Which is a long bloody trek. Big up to Newcastle fans who went there today. Got behind the lads. I can give them a 10 out of 10 because they have been fantastic. I'd love to go today. Didn't get enough points on my tickets. However, you know what? It is what it is. And well done to Newcastle fans. Love you always, man.
Absolutely.
Bless up.
John, there's Nathan's popped up in the chat.
So, John,
if he's not dead, just take the
John, I want to quickly answer this. I want to quickly ask you this. What fan base do you like the most, Man United or
Oh
Newcastle?
God!
Oh, he said it
I wanna know this.
again.
So it was Tweety Pies. Oh no, it's
25, wasn't it? Yeah.
that's the bit out of Looney Tunes.
That's what I was thinking about. And
Oh
I
yes,
told
that's
him,
the one. Yes, that's it. I'm thinking of something else. Cootie Pie.
And last Sunday, Ethan Pinnock lived up to his name of Ethan Pillock, as I call him.
Because he scored an own goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, God. Yeah, Tweety Pie. But yeah, Tony's nicknamed him Cootie Pie. It was all that crazy trip on a Sunday 10 for the fans. People saying, "Oh, Predator, sorry I'm late. Yeah, but it's fine. You just catch back on a rerun."
Yapadoni.
Yeah, but don't.
Okay, then, right. Last one, Tony. It is Eddie Howe.
Oh,
Well, I was a bit baffled by the lineup, to be honest with you. The fact that there was no Lewis Hall in there. A bit disappointing that we should have gone all out more in this game than we did. And Eddie sort of saying, yes, we lost control of the game, but then we gained control. Well, I'm trying to work out where we did gain control of that game again, because I didn't see a lot of gaining in control, apart from when the subs were made. Yes, okay, the subs were what he brought on helped the game, especially like Lewis Hall and Willock and Barnes, you know. But I'm afraid, look, I don't think it was the best lineup he's done. I think he maybe could have done better on this lineup. He could maybe have. I know he's a left centre back, but you could have probably said to Lloyd Kelly, you play as a right sided centre back, or you could have pushed Dan Burn over to there. And you could have kept Lewis Hall as a left back. But no, I'm afraid I wasn't impressed with the lineup. Yes, he may have got the subs correctly. But for me, there's still a lot of work needs to be done there with Eddie Howe. Look, I'm going to be brutally honest here, right? And we've had it in the chat. A couple of people have said, you know, should Eddie Howe still be manager of the club? Okay, maybe after 2 games, you know. But look at the times we were playing last season. It seems to have dragged on to this season now. And what we've got to now do is Eddie Howe now has to dig deep now. I think Eddie Howe knows that Europe has got to be a minimum this season for Newcastle United, no matter what.
Yep.
These owners want Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be out of Europe. And probably they want Champions League, but they'll probably be happy with the Europa League or whatever. Yep. Now then, if we continue on this vein, say we don't turn up and play Spurs next week and we get beat off Spurs, Eddie's going to be deep in the mire. Because I believe that this is a pressure season for Eddie Howe. He's been here 3 years now. PIF have been here 3 years as well. And the thing is, this is probably the worst transfer window we've known so far. But this is a time now Eddie's got to step up, because if he doesn't step up this season, let's be honest with you, and PIF will turn around and say, there's the door, Eddie Howe. Thank you very much. You've done great for us. Off you go. We need another manager in. That's what they'll do, because the Saudis like success. They do not like second best. And they know we've got no European football this season. So they'll be looking at the fact is we can get European football. So this is a very, very difficult, pressurised season for Eddie Howe. He has to start getting things right. I want to see improvements next week. Yes, okay, we've got Forest on Wednesday, and let's be honest, they're not great, Forest, let's be honest. But look, I know that it hasn't been back that well in the transfer market. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But there again, we don't know. For all we know, they could have deals lined up. And it could be a domino effect where one comes in and then that two follow. We've seen it before. You've seen it happen at other clubs where, the teams have just gone out there, they've bought one player, and all of a sudden another 2 or 3 come in behind them. So you have that domino effect. And we could do the same, and it could surprise people. I've always said to people, don't be surprised. Somebody may come through the door at Newcastle United, may think, wow, I never thought we were in for him. I mean, what's to say, for instance, and I'm not saying I know anything about it because I'm not an ITK or anything, but all I'm saying is I'm just putting it this way. What's to say that, okay, we're looking at right wingers. What's to say we don't go out and get Kubo and he walks through the door and everybody will be like, wow, we didn't see that one coming. No, because like with Isak, we didn't see that one coming either, did we?
So you never know what could happen.
Joe Pedro was due to sign, and then, and look, he's become a great player in the Premier League with Brighton. We know Brighton have spent 147 million already in this transfer window, and they're not done yet. And that's frightening to think with what Brighton are buying and their manager, who was only 31, by the way, outgunned Egghead yesterday. He totally outgunned Egghead, 10 slag. He totally outgunned him yesterday.
And I've got to say that.
And I'll tell you now, he's another manager. He's another manager who's walking the thin blue line, and that is Ten Hag, because he's another one. I said Maresca could be the first manager. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ten Hag the first manager sacked this season.
I mean, that winner that Brighton scored, I mean, it's a great goal, but that is some of the most embarrassing defending I have seen in my lifetime.
Disgraceful defending, that wasn't it? A schoolboy errors, that was. But
going
back to Eddie Howe, look, okay, he got the substitutes right. I wasn't happy with the team. If we'd gone out and lost that game, Eddie Howe may well have got a 2 or a 3 for that team. But because he made the changes, I'm going to say a 6.
Okay, but fair enough.
There's a lot of room for improvement there.
Can I say something, Carl? You said about if Eddie Howe does go under pressure, I said a comment saying that Southgate. And tell you what, Southgate.
No, thank you.
Not be.
No,
it cannot be Southgate. I tell you what, if it's Southgate, then let's get beyond us.
So 6 fouls, the last 6 of 7s have come in as well. Pat Isak 2 D-ball game. Nathan thinks Kelly shouldn't have started. Personally, think if we don't get Champions League this year, we'll lose Bruno, and even players like Isak will want away. We need Europe. We need 2 signs this week, and that isn't Eddie Howe. But doing it afterwards is on him, says Ronald. Knight Mason, don't be late for school. We got lucky to pass 2 games we have. They expect to get Europe. That's not fair. They haven't backed him yet. We need those players in. We could have also won 3-1 today, but Bournemouth could have scored a couple of them themselves. If we lose against Forest, each will start on Gay. Evening, says Neil. The keeper made some good saves. He did. Is Rowley on Chris's channel now, Tony? Because I know Rowley's doing.
I don't know. I haven't fallen out with Rowley. No, not at all. I haven't fallen out with Rowley at all.
It was great to see Rowley. He was at the game against Southampton.
Yeah, it's probably just another one. The American Magpies nicking off people's channels.
We clearly have some cash available to spend. Palace are willing and says that we must move on to
he's a thief like that.
This actually makes sense. Brighton have done well with selling players. Would love to see every Premier League club safe compared to us there. Mitchell needs to come up with signings straight away. It's his job. Old Trafford has fallen down. Can't see Man U finishing top 6, neither can I. They'll fall down the table, always do, but we'll still get top 10. Glazier's in for 10 more years. Geordie Boys on the beers. If we don't say the centre back and the right winger, then I can't see us finishing top 6 either. Interesting.
Exactly.
Players on there, all right. Then there was some good saves for both sides of the pitch, says Ross as well.
Can I say something quickly? I mean, I think someone made a comment. I don't know. It might have been David saying that if we don't get top 6 this season or get top 4, we don't win a trophy. Isak will be on their way, right? Do you think, right? And I've asked the question now, right? Do you think Eddie Howe can attract the top players now? We go back to the Marcus situation, yeah?
He could do, but
I love Eddie Howe.
I don't want Eddie to go yet.
I don't either.
Hopefully, we can still get those players. But another thing that's kicking us in the backside is not moving players on that we need to move on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And they're holding them back as well. We know who the players are.
right around his eyes, says Yama. Well, then, so we're going to start to end the show now. It's been a cracking show. Lots of great talking points there has been as well. Thank you so much to the guys that have come on tonight, those who've popped up in the live chat as well. And Mods, thank you so much as well. So far, our next scheduled show will be preview to Forest. Most likely that could be on a Tuesday. It's probably going to be Tuesday night by the looks of it. And Wednesday night will be the match. Will be the live fan reaction show straight after the game. And of course, next night is going to be... And of course, next night is going to be match reviewing the player ratings on the Thursday. We know it's transfer deadline, but we might do something on there. We're probably going to squeeze the preview in as well, possibly for Spurs, or we might try and do that on. Or we could maybe do that on Saturday, maybe daytime, maybe. But you will be notified as always. But that's we got coming up because we're in a cup action and again Carabao Cup against Forest. So preview, match review, and fan reaction, and of course preview to Spurs and Mason will be at the game on Sunday. And what's Tony just sharing?
Did you see that? I don't know if anybody saw that yesterday, but that fan in the ground from Brighton with a seagull mask on, I thought was a Macam actually, to be fair.
God.
But behind Ten Hag. That was actually behind Ten Hag.
Financial manager, isn't it? Bloody hell.
But it's I thought that even the commentator Darren Fletcher on TNT Sports said that's brilliant, that hat, isn't it? You know, the seagull mask.
I've got to clarify that. Tony, is that a bloke? It looks like a bloke in the green.
Well, that's what I was wondering, Mason. Is it a man or a woman? I don't know. It looks very hard to. Yeah. But look, either way. But I just thought that was brilliant. I just thought I had to share that because I thought that was funny.
Expected something to be shifted on deadline, even if it's just loan deals. Says Yoppa interest and Rowley did join the Fantasy Premier League. Tony, get Rowley back on, says Ronald. I needs to go and get a new man. Won't be surprised if he's done on deadline day as well, says Judy. Well then, so John, what we got coming up?
What got coming up? Well, I hope to preview for the Forest game, but I also wanted to do to a podcast show. But you're busy tomorrow, are you, Pete and Tony?
Yeah, I'll be busy. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm out all day.
Tuesday, doing the preview on Tuesday, are you? So you're going to be screwed for that, are we? I guess. But what about you, Tony? What you?
Right, yeah, Tony, what you got coming up?
I got nothing.
I'm probably going to do a review show tomorrow in the daytime. So if anybody wants to join me in the daytime, more than happy to. And we'll have a look at maybe the final week at the transfer window as well. And
interesting.
And then
one.
probably, and then may do some sort of pre-recorded preview for the Forest game. And then on Wednesday, there'll be the pre-match show. Ahead of that game, which I believe is an 8 o'clock kickoff, I think. Or is it 7:45? I can't remember now. I know it's on Sky, like every Carabao Cup game now, apparently it's on
8 o'clock kickoff, Tony, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah. So
I'll be there as well.
I will be doing the pre-match, so that will be at around 6:30 on Wednesday. When we have the return of Sandro Tonali. Yes, Mr. B. already. He'll be back on Wednesday, and we can't wait for the Italian stallion to come back and get in that team. But yeah,
place, fair enough.
But yeah, looking forward to that.
Not a bloke, that's a bird. Morning, how are you, says Connor. So that's just not on Tony 8 o'clock, he says. Look forward to Tonali Wednesday, Mason. Do not assume agenda win it and leave it. Right then, right then. So we're gonna start to end up and then Julie with the Sandro Tonali. Cannot wait to see the guy back in action. Remember, guys, if you have enjoyed tonight, give us a thumbs up. That keeps us up those search results on YouTube. So please do remember to hit the likes. Yes, of course, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on week in, week out, hit that subscribe button, free to do so. It does help me the channel grow. And of course, this has also been screen shared to John's channel, John Sinclair TV, and Tony's channel, It's All Black and White TV. So please do drop them a subscribe as well if you haven't already done so. And of course, do hit that bell notification. It does let you know whenever we're live or when a pre-recorded video takes place as well. So do hit that bell to make sure you do not miss anything that comes on this channel as well. If you would like to give a donation, feel free to do so. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. Hit the join button to become a member, and you'll be put into a prize draw we do as well on the channel as well. You are. So cheers, guys. Take care, all you as well. Ian, Tunali, the Italian stallion. But anyway, guys, let's hope our improved performances really start to improve. Hopefully they will, and hopefully we can pick up some more points. You've got 30. Oh, I haven't ended the poll on this, so we'll quickly do that. Right. I'll quickly just run through the poll. Right. 36 voted. 25% said no. It was a handball. With 75% have said yes. So
and I put a poll up on my channel as well, Pete. And I will give you the result of that as well. So 82% said yes, VAR was right to rule out the Bournemouth second goal. 18% said no. So the majority said the correct decision stood. So that poll is now ended as well. So
there you go.
There we go.
There you go. Well, then that's it for tonight, guys. Goodbye, everyone, and take care. You as well, Journey. Take care, everyone. Well, then, let's hopefully we can pick up some. Hopefully, our performances start to improve. Hopefully, we get some players in before that transfer window door slams closed.
Remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white, as I always say at the end of every show.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then, we'll see you all later. Have a great, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a great bank holiday as well, everyone. And we will see you all later, everyone. Take care, everyone. See you later. How are the lads?
How are the lads and lasses?
What them lads? What them lads?
This as well. See you later, guys. Take care.